about creature features and feature features. About creature features. Now the strangest thing about this show or two. Features and creature features and more creatures and more features. And the creature's gonna get you tonight.
And hello and salutations and all that good stuff. My brain is not into it. But anyway, welcome to Chapter 12 of The Curse of Strahd here on the Show Us Your Crits live stream. Anyway, so we are in for another night. I'll let our GM recap in a bit. But just to kind of go over the normal greetings and such again. We are on Twitter. Don't ask me why, but yes, we are on Twitter, and you can follow us there if you want to. You can also check us out on YouTube, which we tend to do a lot of our stuff on these days. You can check us out on that platform that tends to send me things that's that's actually really appropriate. So every stream, Facebook will then censor part of this for some weird reason. So I get the one if I'm gonna go on my Facebook rant, but the couple of weeks before was boobs. All right, I get it, right? You're family friendly, Facebook, whatever. Last week they were actually making up things like we were actually streaming Japanese copyrighted content on our stream, and it's like, where are we getting Japanese copyrighted content? Like, Facebook, you gotta help me out here. Like, tell me what's going on. Anyway, Twitch, who actually has been kind of cool with us, and but I think we only have like one follower on Twitch, so that's why.
Oh, we can do ourselves.
Yep, and last but not least, buy our stuff, because money and stuff like that. So anyway, without further ado, I am going to go ahead and turn it over to Mike, our game master, to go ahead and take us home.
All right. So welcome to Chapter 12 of The Curse of Strahd. We left off with the group heading back to the village of Vallaki. You had gone to the Blue Water Inn. You were trying to investigate, I think, who had stolen the shipment of wine. And your investigation finally led to a group that had actually stopped for the evening in the Blue Water Inn. And one thing led to another, and the Paladin went to confront the four very suspicious-looking men that were at the table. And I think we broke just as the four men leaped up and started drawing weapons.
That's when the guard walked in.
Yeah, they hadn't drawn weapons yet, and then I stood up and flipped the table.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Because he has low hit points, and he's a genius.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and do a quick introduction of all the characters. Go ahead, Greg. Why don't we start with you, and we'll go around.
Reginald Fallen Oak, who hopes to God we don't get into combat because I do not have enough healing spells to fix this. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
All right.
Sorry.
Next, we have Bree Pine. Go ahead and take it away, Mary.
Bree Pine doesn't really mind if you get into a bar fight. It's all experiences, and she's never gotten into a bar fight before, so she's ready to experience it.
All right. Next, we have James. Go ahead, James.
I'm Tezzacodal, the neighborhood-friendly Tabaxi Ranger, and I guess I'm kind of looking to get into this fight. Just by my nature, I like to scrap, and hopefully they'll rewards us. I can't even speak English. Sound like Gollum there. They'll rewards us this. They'll reward us with lots of stick meat. I get paid in stick meat.
And last, we have the Paladin. Go ahead, Matt. Tell us about the Paladin.
I am the genius Julius, picking fights when I'm down on my hit points. Yes. So I'm hoping to catch the bad guys off guard so that we can more easily apprehend them with the guards' help, of course.
Of course.
Of course, of course.
All right. So that's everybody. So let me bring up the map. I think I have just about everybody there except for the guards. We need 2 militia guards, I think. The map is kind of busy, but you guys go ahead and move yourself around to where you think you would be. I tried to do it as best to my memory as possible. I'm going to try and see if I can get some militia guys real quick.
Is that a giant?
No, that's the bartender.
Wow, he's a big dude.
He is a big dude. I tried to shrink him down, but he doesn't seem to want to go much smaller. Yeah, that's
okay.
He's just a very manly man.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty good where I am.
Yeah.
Wait, weren't you next to me, Terzakotl? Weren't we having a conversation about something?
I don't remember.
Yeah, you two were sitting together.
Okay.
Julius was distracting the dumbasses, and I was outside behind the guard.
So does that mean, Reginald, that you'd be probably over by the door, or would you be inside?
Oh, I'm outside. I'm definitely outside.
Okay, so you haven't entered the building yet. Got
it. He lets the guards go in before him and stayed outside.
Right.
I unfortunately let the guards go in before me. I was like, aren't we going to wait for backup? No, we're not waiting for backup. I need to check and make sure that they're there. Oh, this is a great idea. So I got back.
All right, let me reveal a little bit more area outside.
Not that much. I'm close behind him. Yeah, that'll work. I'll be here. I'll even make a cart for you.
Hey, they're inside.
Wow, Julius has also done the Apache Chief.
I know, right?
I guess they're halfling bandits.
I fit the chairs.
James, what was it Apache Chief said to grow?
Oh, something Numchuck?
Yeah, something like that.
Chuck Gawk?
Chuck Gawk? Hold on. It's even here. Let's see. Apache Chief's main power ability to become larger. He can only do this by saying the words "Inyuk Chuck."
Inyuk Chuck. That's it.
Which in his language means big man.
Excellent.
Fair enough.
Oh, we're initializing?
Oh, the racial sensitive 70s.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Hey, if you can have Rickety Rocket, I guess you can have Patchy Chief. Oh man, we're being attacked by those letters again.
By the letters.
I'm just joking. They're probably markers on the map.
Yes, the giant C and the giant A. Yes.
The bartender is very jealously guarding that C.
Yeah. Almost looks like he's holding it up.
Probably a big pot of curry.
Yeah.
Woohoo! I like curry. Just so I don't know about goat curry though.
I'm sure it's not that bad.
I don't know. I probably would like it if I didn't know it was goat.
Yeah, that's the way most food works.
So,
You'd be okay with it if you didn't know what it was.
yeah.
Last. Yay.
Brad's here. Say hi to Brad, everybody.
Hi to Brad, everybody.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, Brad. All right, I think that's everybody.
Yep, so I'm ready to beat things up.
So, Julius, you flipped over the table, so the tankards go spilling onto the ground. The table hits the ground with a crash. The table now is kind of at this angle. So, for these two people, the two bandits behind it, they kind of got partial cover, I guess. So he is. This one is going to draw a dagger and hold his action. That's all he's doing. The militia guy. Yeah, these guys are all weird, very weird sizes. I don't know what happened here, but the thieves look like halflings and everyone else looks like giants. Anyway, this guy's going to take a 5-foot step into the room and he draws his sword. This bandit will also draw a dagger, but he doesn't take any further action. That would leave it to you. So what do you do?
That one. Okay. So I'm going to pick up this chair and hit him with it since he drew a dagger.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. It would be an improvised weapon.
Uh-huh.
I don't have enough hands. I can't facepalm hard enough.
So I'm just rolling with my strength, I'm assuming.
I'm looking it up now, but I think that sounds right. I think an improvised weapon just does your strength.
Either weapon or attack.
Could be under.
So Devious Dungeons Painting says, bust that chair right across his teeth.
Wow, that's helpful. So I looked it up in Roll20, and all it says is attributes, type, weapon.
Got it.
So
The DM's option: a character proficient with a weapon can use a similar object if it were that weapon with his or her proficiency bonus. So a chair would not really associate to anything that you normally have. So yeah, you're just going to roll without your just with your strength.
Without proficiency? Okay.
Yes, correct.
13?
A 13 to hit him. Crash, you hit him over the head with a chair.
All right.
Roll 1d4 plus your strength.
I mean, most of us are
And
proficient.
I'm trying to do non-lethal. I don't know if that's a thing in this game.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 5 points, non-lethal.
All right. He takes 5 points non-lethal.
I think most of us would be relatively proficient with chairs. I mean, we've probably been sitting on them our whole lives.
Yeah, I don't think it would really equate to a club. It's kind of an awkward shape. So I'm good with not using my proficiency.
Well, next time you have to take chair fighting.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, if he dies, he dies. Exactly.
This militia guy also will step into the room. He looks a little bit confused. He wasn't prepared for a bar fight. It looks like he's going to actually try and attempt to grapple this guy here.
Graplophone.
Grappling.
Grapple dapple.
Oh, that's terrible. He misses with his grapple. Very clumsy.
Typical town guard. Useless.
Am I even in this initiative order?
I don't see you at all. Did you roll initiative?
I don't know. Were we supposed to at the beginning of the round? I can roll now.
Yes.
Everybody
Yes,
else?
I don't know if you heard that, but yeah, we needed to roll initiative. You got a 5. You didn't miss anything.
Yep. So I'm good.
You're good at everything except rolling for initiative.
No.
Yep.
Says the man who rolled a 4.
All right, so I'm actually, I know this is kind of an unusual situation. I'm actually going to roll for morale for these guys. They're trying to figure out if they should fight or flight. So hang on 1 second. All right, so this guy here is the one that's attempting to grapple. Well, the guard's trying to grapple him. He is going to try and move around him. I guess he can't. He's blocked in. So I guess he's going to try and push his way through. So I guess that's another grapple. So he's going to try and grapple him back with the idea to try and push through the 2 guards and try and make his way to the door.
Yep. Athletics versus athletics.
All right.
Give me a grapple, and I'll grapple you back.
Or acrobatics.
Can you grapple with acrobatics?
You
can defend with acrobatics, I believe.
with acrobatics, yeah.
Right. Okay, so he goes nowhere. Those 2 are just kind of shoving each other. They don't look like they're doing a whole lot. Breepinen, it is now your turn.
Kids on a playground. And stop pushing me!
Just because I think it would be fun.
Oh boy.
This is not going to end well.
Tankard, and I'm going to smash it over this guy's head.
Okay. That would be an improvised weapon again. No proficiency. Include your strength. And are you going for subdual or are you trying to...
Oh, yeah, I'm just trying to knock him out.
All right.
Let's see here.
By the way, Mike,
Yes.
was any one of them seemingly the leader?
Yes, this fellow here looks like he's the leader.
Okay.
So I probably spilled the rest of my ale all over myself. I got a
What did you roll?
2.
A 2. You grab the tankard and manage to drop it on the ground.
Don't even have my voice on.
There, that's better.
So this one is over here. He is also going to draw a dagger, and he's just kind of looking around the room like he's trying to weigh his options. He hasn't really attacked you, Tezzacotl, but he's taken a defensive stance.
And he's armed.
The next one, this guy is also going to attempt to grapple the guard.
Would it be this guy?
No, that guy tried before.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he doesn't. He rolls a 1. He does terrible. So no grappling for him. Tezzacotl, it is your turn.
All right. I don't know.
Come on, it's a bar fight. Get
Yeah.
ready.
So far, it's a very poor bar fight, but it's a bar fight.
Hey, I broke a
right.
chair over somebody, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, no doubt. Just trying to find my spinny thing here. My spinny spin. Anyway, I guess since I can't figure out how to spin myself around, I'll go ahead and yell in yuck chuck and then attack this guy here with claws.
All right.
And look, Chuck.
Can I make myself big if I just went and said... Hold on, let's see.
You can't do subdual with claws, right?
Oops, I can only move. I can't make myself big. That would have been dramatic. All right. Well, I mean, if you could do if you can do subdual with like anything, really, it's just how you do it.
Are you trying to subdue him with your claws?
Yeah, I'm just like maybe I'm sweeping low to get his legs, so he kind of like loses balances and that sort of thing.
Okay, fair enough.
And that is going to be a 13.
You hit him.
All right. And that is going to be 6 points of damage.
On that guy. Okay, and then Reginald.
Okay.
You're outside still. The doors open ajar a little bit.
Yeah.
From the sound of it, it sounds like there is furniture being broken and people shouting.
Oops, sorry. I'm gonna step up to the door. I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy to make my voice boom, and I'm gonna be like, "We have you surrounded. Drop your weapons, and you will be allowed to live."
All right.
And, do I have what is it? Line of sight to dumbass Julius over there?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll say that. Sure. You're standing in the doorway.
There we go. Did that? No, that didn't. Let's try it again. There we go. That sounded like here. You are healed for 7 points.
Who is?
You, dumbass.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry, I apparently cut out. Like I dropped connection.
Oh,
So thank you.
well, welcome back.
Thanks.
You're still a dumbass.
I am.
Okay,
I'm lawful
That's that's my turn. Hopefully it'll
Okay,
go the
so
way I want it to.
with your thaumaturgy roll, why don't you go ahead and roll intimidation for me? I'm going to give you advantage, so go ahead and just roll it twice and take the better out of the two rolls, because I'm guessing you probably don't have intimidate as one of your skills.
Oh, hell no. My charisma is not the best. See what that does. Ooh, I'll take 16. That's nice.
Wow. All right. Let me go ahead and roll for the group here. See if they can beat a 16. So as you guys are all fighting, there's this thunderous booming voice that seems to have come from the doorway, but it echoes off the walls and rattles all the dishes and says, "You fools, we have you surrounded. Drop your weapons." And you can see that three of these guys immediately drop their weapons, and they don't look like they're interested in fighting anymore. Actually, all of them have done that except for the leader, who isn't taking any actions, but he's looking very, very sullen.
I totally know what's going on. I completely understand that it's like Reginald saying this, and I start looking very smug.
Okay. Okay. So the two militia guys look a little surprised, but they kind of take the cue from what Reginald said, and they one of the guys says, "Drop all your weapons. You're under arrest." And you can see that all of them kind of look around the room, and they reluctantly all start dropping their daggers on the ground. I'll still say that we're in combat only if you guys decide to take a combat action. Otherwise, the fight's over. The bandits will not offer any further resistance. They will be arrested unless somebody decides to do something to provoke them to attack.
No, I guess we should rest on our laurels and go ahead and let the law take care of it.
They've got me right where I want them.
All right. So unless anybody does anything, they're all rounded up. They're relieved of all their weapons. There's another two militia people that show up shortly after they surrender, and they're all escorted off to basically a storage room or an ice house. They don't really have a jail here in Vallaki, so they're going to use a cooler basically as an improvised jail until they can find out something to do with them. But the militia are very thankful. They say, "Thank you very much. We're hoping that we would find the people who were responsible, and you were able to lead us to them. So we're very grateful. Thank you. Thank you very much."
You're welcome.
And the bar is mostly intact. Besides a broken chair and an overturned table, there's really no damage. So with that, the fight is over before it began.
Lord.
So I guess, Reginald, you got your wish.
Oh, thank God. I was not about ready to heal everybody.
All right, so the bandits have been cleared out. What do you guys do now? It's I believe you guys it was raining, and it was around dinner time, if I remember right. But don't hold me to that. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it is the early evening when you guys arrived in Vallaki.
Seems plausible.
Yeah, it was later in the day.
Okay. So the bartender comes over. He says, Dargo says, thank you very much for taking care of those very unsightly gentlemen. They had me very nervous, and I wasn't sure why they were here, but they left me feeling very uncomfortable. If there's anything I can do to make your stay more pleasant, please let me know.
I hand him a gold piece and I say, "This is for the damages."
He looks at you and he smiles and he says, "Well, thank you." He says, "This will be more than enough. Are you sure?"
Absolutely.
He says, "Very good." He says, "Thank you very much. That's very kind of you."
Well, if it's almost night, we're probably going to need a place to stay because we're in Berovia, right? We're not in Vallaki.
Yeah, we're in Berovia.
You guys are in Berovia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say what?
Yeah.
You guys are at Blood on the Vine?
Yeah.
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 Just remember the guys we passed them while we were heading back to Vallaki the first time.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, you know what? You guys have been up and down the road so many times.
Yeah. We can walk that road blindfolded.
Whoops.
Pretty soon there's going to be a groove in the road just for us.
All right, so yeah, you guys are in Berovia. My bad. So you don't have rooms arranged for you in Berovia.
Actually, I believe I did.
Is Berovia the place where you have all the rooms set up?
Both.
That's
both
where
of
he
them.
paid. He paid for them ahead of time.
So the Blue Water Inn, I think they gave you rooms because you guys have done good work, and then in Berovia you paid for it like a week in advance, if I remember right.
Yeah, we never got to use them.
Okie dokie. So you guys have your rooms arranged for you. They're ready for you to be used.
Yay.
All right. But it's still early and I'm hungry, and so lots of meat.
Okay. You
dish out some of that curry.
So you guys are given a very hearty dinner. It's much like it was before. Some bread, cheeses, roasted meat, probably wolf. More than likely it is wolf. But it's well seasoned, so it tastes very good. The rain continues outside, a steady patter against the windows and the roof. Not too many people in the bar this evening. The place actually seems pretty deserted.
Once all the bandits are gone.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Once all the bandits are gone, the place is very deserted.
Yeah, we should also secure that wine too before. I doubt anyone's going to try to steal it from us again, but maybe we should try to find a place to lock it up.
Yeah, someplace more secure.
Yeah.
Would the barkeep let us store it in here?
He has a small storage area in the back of the bar that he can use. You guys can use it if you need to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow I can cleanse it just in case they did anything to it.
Yeah, put cooties in it.
Okay. So the wine is secured. You guys spend the remainder of the evening gathered around the fire. Like I said, it's raining. It's a cold rain outside. Not very hospitable. Do you guys do anything before you retire for the evening? Okay.
I know I'm exhausted. That was a long day.
That was. I think this was all the day that you guys fought the. Was this the day you guys fought the hags, or was that different?
No, it was a different day.
That was
Yeah,
different.
it was a different day.
I think that was yesterday.
Oh, they all blend together now.
Yeah.
Because on the way back from that is when we ran into things, and then we had a night in Vallaki, and that's when he had his dream.
Right. The
Fighting
dream.
hags, fighting ghosts, fighting.
Okay, so all of you fall asleep at some point. You get the benefits of a long rest.
Yay!
Except for you, Mr. Paladin.
Oh God!
Unfortunately, much as the night previous, you spend the night tossing and turning. You have fitful sleep. You continue to have dreams about these ethereal arms that seem to materialize over you and seem to be putting their long, wicked fingers around your neck. And that dream happens several times, and you wake up, and each time you seem like you're falling back asleep again. You seem to be having a very similar dream about somebody floating over you and trying to put their hands on your mouth. And then you'll wake up again, and then you'll fall asleep eventually again. And the third time, it seems like somebody's trying to take the pillow that you're lying on and trying to cover your face and smother you with it. So this goes on the entire night. And unfortunately, you are now at stage 2 of exhaustion.
Wow.
Yay.
Oh, God.
So stage 1 is you have disadvantage on all skills.
Stage 2 is your speed is halved.
And now your speed is halved, I think.
Can
Yep.
someone like overnight learn remove curse or something?
That's I mean, what do you think, Reginald? Do you think this is a curse?
I have no idea what it is. I'd have to look into it.
So, Mike, after the third time waking up from this,
Okay.
I stay awake and I begin spending the rest of the night praying to Helm for
Okay.
answers.
For antlers?
Yes, anklers. Yes. No, answers.
Oh, antlers.
Well, unfortunately, Torm is hard of hearing, so you end up with antlers.
Yes.
Okay. So are you still sharing? I assume you're sharing a room, or do you have your own private room?
I was sharing a room with, I think, with Tezzacotl.
That's what I remember too.
Yep. It was the short people and tall people.
Exactly. Not to be racist, but yeah, the short people were in one room.
Your
So,
English.
So hang on a second. I'm going to make a roll.
Actually, I think the short people and the tall people were in Valaki because they didn't have that many rooms. I think over here he rented like 5 rooms.
Oh,
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, we're getting the two confused. Yeah, so you do have your own private room. So when you guys all wake up in the morning, unfortunately, Julius, you don't wake up. You just stop praying when you realize that the room is slowly getting lighter and lighter, and you realize that it is dawn. Your prayers go unanswered. You don't receive anything from your deity, Torm. That isn't too unusual. Lately, he seems awful distant. Your prayers and the visions that you normally would receive don't seem to be coming as often. In fact, you don't remember the last time you received a vision. You guys have been in this cursed land now for probably over a week, and you can't remember the last time you had anything that you would consider as a divinational connection to your to Torm. So,
Helm.
right, Helm, that's the guy. Torm,
Yeah.
Helm.
I kind of figured that, but my character is still holding on to his faith.
Okay. So all of you convene downstairs in the eating room in the main area where the fight was the night before. The breakfast is much the same. You can have some kind of porridge or oatmeal. There's some fresh fruit that's in season. There's some bread and cheese and a little bit of meat that was left over from the night before. The three of you, Reginald, Brepine, and Tezzacotl, no roll is required. You guys, I keep forgetting you're wearing a helmet.
If I'm that exhausted, I'm probably nodding off.
So when you guys all sit down to eat breakfast, you just notice that there's something different about Julius. He doesn't seem very talkative. He's kind of slumped in his chair. He doesn't seem to be sitting up. His movement is very slow and very deliberate. And while you're all sitting there trying to discuss what you're going to do for the day, you keep seeing his head slowly start to droop forward and then snap back up again.
Hey, what's your beef? It's morning.
What? Where's the beef?
Yeah.
I'm
Ugh.
tired.
You okay?
Very tired. I'm not sleeping.
That's not good.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I honestly don't know unless you can rid me of these nightmares.
Nightmares, huh? Have you tried drinking warm milk before you go to bed?
I have not tried that.
That always helped me.
It helps you avoid nightmares.
Yeah. I go to sleep and don't have nightmares.
And if you don't drink the warm milk, you have nightmares?
Not always.
Well, that's worth a try.
Perhaps if I can find what I need, I can build you a dream catcher, and that should be able to help too.
I will accept any help any of you want to provide gratefully.
I can. If you give me a little while to prepare, I can see if this is something unnatural that's affecting you. But
So Matt, of course, unfortunately, you don't get any benefits from, as far as hit points. You don't get any hit points back. So whatever
or anything else,
or anything else for that matter. So Reginald, his voice sounds very haggard and worn, very gravelly. He sounds very tired.
okay, I'm gonna go and mend my spells. So that'll take a couple hours, maybe probably like an hour or two.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. So the only thing I'm doing is I'm taking remove curse, and I'm gonna take purify food and water so I can cleanse those barrels.
Okay. So while he's memorizing spells, is anyone else doing anything in particular?
I'm going to go out and just not go out too far, but see if I can find the things I need to make a dream catcher. So like feathers and twine and sticks and
Okay.
other sort of things.
It's kind of cold and damp. It isn't raining anymore, but it's drizzling. There's a very, very light mist. Everything is wet, which, as far as you're concerned, that's not good. You, like many of your race, you don't like water too much.
Yeah.
Sit at the bar and
I'm not 100% sure if this place is like permanently London or permanently Seattle.
Well, look to see if they have flannel shirts tied around their waists.
There we go.
I will be haranguing Julius, expounding upon the virtues of warm milk. I have written a treatise upon it in university, and I would like to recite it for you now. It begins, cows, cows, oh glorious cows. Art thou better than goats or sheep? Who eats?
I think when she's done with this, you're actually going to have to roll for damage.
Yeah, she's actually kind of become now Vogon, which is amazing.
So James, eventually you're going to get the things that you need for a dream catcher. That won't, that'll take you a little while, but it won't take you too long.
Yeah.
Julius, it looks like Breepine is trying her best to maybe entertain you, maybe cheer up your spirits, or maybe she legitimately wants to give you a short dissertation on cows.
And while she's droning on and on and on, I try to use that as a way to relax and fall asleep. I mean, she can't see me. I'm behind the helmet, so
Right.
I
Right.
close my eyes and relax.
So, Brepine, as you're going on about the virtues of cows, you notice you keep seeing his head dipping forward, and then he kind of snaps it up a little bit, and then it'll slowly start dipping forward again. You're not sure if you're getting everything you're saying.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't expect that someone of his mind would be able to understand the true elevation of what I'm talking about. I took years at the Wizard University to learn this stuff.
My feeble brain just can't wrap itself around your concepts.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the metaphysical properties of cows is just beyond you. All right, so time passes. Reginald, you get your spells. Brepine, eventually you run out of steam or words or come to a close. Julius, you are in a very uncomfortable state of tired and not being able to sleep. You do doze off a couple times, but you can't seem to rest longer than a couple minutes before you wake up again. And Tezzacotl, you are able to fashion together a dream catcher, whatever you decide on, as far as the design goes and stuff like that.
All right. So yeah, I'll put that together. But if he looks like his head's nodding down, I'll hold on to it till he's up and talking.
So Julius, are you trying your best to keep yourself alert and awake, or are you just slumped over and kind of just lying on the table?
While Brepine was going on and on, I was polite and stayed there. As soon as she's done, I go ask the barkeep for some warm milk.
Okay.
And I'm going to head up to the room and try and get some sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, before you go, I'll stop you and hand you a very crude-looking dream catcher. So basically, a circle of twigs tied together with a pattern in between and feathers tied to it, and say, well, my people believe that this should help with your dreams and sleeping. So hopefully it does.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
So-
I can try to see if this will help. But this isn't really my department, so this is either going to help. This may help, this may not help. This may hurt, this may not hurt. I don't really know. We'll find out together. If that's okay with you.
As I said, any help is welcome and appreciated.
Okay. I raise my hand and I start casting Remove Curse.
Okay. A very white, soft light seems to animate from the holy symbol that Reginald has. You can see that you're washed over with this light. It's very warm, and it's comforting to you. Kind of feels like a very large warm blanket has been put around you. As this light seems to penetrate, or at least seems to warm you from the outside in. You can hear Reginald chanting, and then as his chanting comes to a close, the light slowly begins to fade away, and all you're left with is this really warm feeling, almost as if that you drank a hot beverage, but a little bit more than that, because not only your stomach and your esophagus, you get that feeling all over.
Okay.
And this is just after you drank the warm milk, so you're actually pretty sleepy. Right now, you're feeling pretty sleepy.
So I take the dream catcher up to the room.
Okay.
And I lie down and I hold the dream catcher to my chest as I try to go to sleep.
Okay. You quickly fall asleep. I don't know if it's falling asleep or passing out or whatever it counts
Little
to.
from column A, little from column B.
So Reginald, you check in on him about 30 minutes later, and you can see that he's lying on his back on his bed. He's still wearing his armor. He's still wearing his helmet, but you can hear him snoring underneath the helmet.
That's good. Okay, I'll go and let everybody else know that it appears to be. One of the things appears to be working. I'm not sure what, but hopefully he'll be better in a little while.
Are the bedrooms up on a second floor, or are they on the first floor?
The bedrooms are on the second floor.
Okay, then I'm actually going to sit on the stairs and basically just give everyone who's even thinking about coming up the stairs kind of a low growl and basically threats of being quiet.
Okay.
Well, they already think you're a werewolf, so they're scared of you anyway.
Yeah, this isn't going to do well for your werewolf reputation.
Honestly, I look like Chester Cheeto with, Mesoamerican dressing.
All right. So time passes. Are you guys doing anything in particular while the Paladin sleeps?
No, I'm just checking on him every once in a while to make sure.
Yep. Hanging out downstairs, making sure that, anytime any noise starts up, I get, growly and...
Oh, I will, however, cast Purify Food and Water on the wine.
Okay.
Just to make sure it's...
Sure. Fair
okay.
enough. You're not sure if anything was done to it or if the bandits had done anything to it, but once you cast your spell, of course, that it will be fine to drink. So
the good thing is that it works in a 50-foot radius, so everything in the area gets purified.
Wow. All right. That is very good. Okay, so do me a favor, Matt. Go ahead and make a Constitution roll for me. Roll your Constitution saving throw.
And remember that you're at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because I love to be the bearer of bad news.
Yeah. Hey, but it's not a skill check.
An ability check is a skill check.
It's an ability check. Well... 3.
You got a 3?
Well, because I'm rolling at disadvantage.
Okay. So you sleep for about 4 hours before you wake up abruptly. You're not sure what woke you up or why you woke up, but you're awake again. You feel a little bit better because you got 4 hours of sleep, but you try for a couple minutes and you can't seem to go back to sleep. You don't know if it's the birds outside or the sound of activity. You can hear people, moving around downstairs and outside, but after about 15 or 20 minutes, you realize that you can keep trying, but you don't think you're going to fall back to sleep.
Damn birds.
Or it could be the fact that you're sleeping in your armor too. That's that might be part of it as well. You feel a little better, but unfortunately, you're still at stage 2 exhausted.
Well, that sucks. All right. I didn't get anything from that, huh?
No, you gotta get a full long night's rest.
Go back to sleep.
Yeah, we can wait another day.
I'd love to. Apparently, I can't.
Well, if you can't fall back to sleep, we can.
Repine, do you have a sleep spell? I mean, if you just concentrate on him.
I don't have a sleep.
No.
It's a close-up of the Majesty. Look at that Majesty.
There we go.
Oh.
All I saw was dragon and beard.
Yeah, I think he's disconnected again.
Me?
No, you're right there. I hear him.
No,
I can
here
see
you
him.
Okay.
So,
That's good.
Matt, you're welcome to go ahead and try again if you want to try and fall back to sleep. Maybe
Yeah.
take off your armor, take off your helmet, try again.
Yes. And I pull the blanket over my head, try and block out the light and the sound.
Okay. After about 20 or 30 minutes, you fall back to sleep again. Let me know what you guys are doing while this is happening. I assume that you guys are just burning time.
Yeah, we're pretty much just wandering around the inn like worried parents. For lack of a better phrase. It's another close up of the Majesty.
Matt, you're giving us a lot of beard right now.
Sorry.
Well, that's what attracts the ladies.
It's the beard cam.
And that's so Matt, make another roll, please. Constitution at disadvantage.
No,
For the love of God, roll high.
it's me. It's not going to happen.
Maybe I'll get 2 20s.
Or maybe I'll get a 7.
That's better than a 3.
A 7. You sleep for
4 hours.
another 4 hours. You feel much better, but still don't have any benefits from resting. Unfortunately, you can't seem to stay asleep longer than about 4 hours. So you guys are now basically gathered around the dinner table. It's about dinner time now. You guys are like, well, should someone go check on him? And you can see him. Well, what do you actually? I won't speak for you. What are you going to do? Are you going to try and go back to sleep, or are you? From the sound of it, it sounds like it is early evening.
I am going to come downstairs.
Okay.
I'm going to get some kind of food that I can eat on the move.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you guys that I'm going to go for a run.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't seem to stay asleep, so perhaps if I exhaust myself even more, I'll be able to stay asleep.
Taz, do you want to keep an eye on him?
Yep, will do. I'll go out for a run with him.
Okay. Are you staying within the borders of Berovia, or are you going to run off into the wilderness?
Basically, I want to run along the wood's edge. I want to be out of sight of the majority of the people in town.
Okay. Are you? I assume you got your armor and your helmet on, right?
Yep.
Wow, you're gonna run in like mail? That's pretty heavy.
That's the idea. If I can physically wear myself down enough, maybe I'll stay
gotcha.
asleep.
All right. So no roll is required. I'm just going to say after about an hour to, after about a good hour of running, you are pretty tired. Any rest? I mean, you rested all day, but you feel exhausted now.
Do I go to level 3?
Not yet.
It's something to look forward to.
Yeah, I know, right? Then I will return to the inn and get another glass of hot milk and go back to bed.
Okay. You fall back to sleep shortly after you go back to bed. I assume you take off your armor and your helmet again. You throw the blanket over your head, and you quickly fall asleep.
Good. I'll make another roll.
Yes.
Come on, roll.
And I'll fail again. Look at that. I rolled a 9 twice.
It's higher than a 7.
Yeah, you're getting there.
You're getting there. You're getting higher.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Let me know if you guys are doing anything else besides pacing and waiting nervously for the paladin to either go to sleep or to wake up. Otherwise, a full night will pass.
Not really doing anything. I guess I'll just let the night pass.
Is that your in-game yawn? Are you going to bed now?
That's my in-life yawn. But no, because if worst case scenario, I'm thinking that maybe we need to go see the Vasanti and see if they have any like remedies or anything like that.
We got to go back that way anyway.
Yeah.
We can check with them tomorrow morning.
Or maybe we could just clobber him over the head and put him to sleep that way.
Brain damage and
I'm just picturing the 3 people standing over you, Matt, all of them with chairs. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Maybe if we all hit him at the same
time.
Exactly. All right, at some point in time, the rest of you eventually return to your rooms and go to sleep. All 3 of you have no trouble sleeping. Matt, once again, your dreams are besieged by
I hate you all.
by an ethereal, incorporeal woman who seems to be floating over you, and she spends the night trying to strangle the life out of you, snarling at you and laughing.
So, here's a question.
Yes.
Now that this has happened, 4 times?
3 times.
3 times?
This is the 3rd time. Yep.
Is this image of this woman getting clearer to me each time, or is it still vague and nebulous and unrecognizable?
Let me make a roll for you.
So, Julius, do you like scary campfire stories? Well, I have a friend, and
I'm sleeping.
This is the married friend who loves having nightmares because he's really into horror movies. So
I don't know who she's talking to.
nightmares are like horror movies for free.
I find it's best to just let her talk, and eventually she'll stop talking.
What? That was me talking, not Repine.
Well, you said Julius.
No, then I said afterwards, wait, this is Mary talking. That I
okay.
who
Well,
loves.
it works the same way as Repine. I find if you just let her keep talking, eventually.
And yes, I like scary movies.
In your head.
I'm kidding.
All right, so Matt, you do seem to get. With each time that you're having this nightmare, this person seems to be getting more details. This time around, you can kind of make out a face. It looks like a very young, attractive woman, but as she goes to put her hands around your neck, she turns into this wrinkled old woman and has like really sharp fangs in her mouth, and her eyes turn into these burning orbs of light. And that's usually when you wake up.
Does she look like the hags?
Yeah, actually, she does look like the hags a little bit. So
I need to find them and kill them.
What did we do with that thing?
What
You're
thing?
wearing
Like
that
that
damn
thing?
thing, aren't you?
What thing are you talking about?
The necklace. You're wearing the necklace, aren't you?
I have the necklace. I'm
You have
not
the necklace.
wearing the necklace.
he has the necklace. He's not wearing it. I mean, he's stupid. He's not lawful stupid.
I'm totally lawful stupid.
Oh, sorry. I had that wrong. So the first time you wake up, it's you're going to guess it's somewhere halfway through the night when you wake up and you're, totally soaked in sweat. And, it's the dream where she's choking the life out of you again. Are you going to do anything when you wake up? Or are you just going to try and roll over and go back to sleep or try to go back to sleep? Or
I'm going to eat something because I haven't really eaten. So, ouch. I think I have rations.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I have actually quite a bit. So I will eat rations.
So as you're eating your rations and kind of thinking about the nightmare, the bag, your backpack, is that where you have the necklace?
Yes, it's also where my rations are.
So as you open your backpack, the necklace rolls out of your backpack and lands on the ground in front of you. And it seems to start pulsating with a very faint green light. And it's very unusual because that necklace you thought was at the bottom of your backpack, which you had carefully wrapped up with a piece of leather. So when you opened up the backpack and it fell out, that was the last thing that you would expect to see. I mean, the contents of your backpack might have shifted around a little bit, but unusual.
I'm going to use my divine sense on it.
Okay.
It's kind of an unusual use for this based on the wording of the ability, but that's up to you. Oh, actually, no, that's not true. It also detects the presence of any consecrated or desecrated place or object.
This object does not radiate any form of evil. It does not appear to be desecrated. And yeah, you don't really get much from it with your divine sense. You can use your divine sense without a long rest, right?
Oh, I still have abilities. I have uses left.
Oh, okay. You still have uses left. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I haven't burned all of those yet.
Got it. So unfortunately, no, your divine sense doesn't give you anything except for just you have you have a feeling in you that just something about this necklace is not right. There's something more to this necklace than the fact that it looks very macabish.
Can I do like a Arcana roll or an Insight roll or something roll?
So I don't remember if Bree Pine actually cast Detect Magic on it. I think she did. And
well, we know that it's magical because
yeah,
it's what the witch used to disappear.
Correct. So you know it's magical.
Yeah.
So, well, you could do either. You could do an Insight or an Arcana roll. Depends really on what you're trying to. It depends what you're trying to figure out.
I'm trying to determine whether or not this is what's causing the nightmares.
Okay.
Except that Insight would be you.
So that would probably be an Arcana roll. I don't think you'd really figure that out with Insight. Unfortunately, make sure to roll twice and take the worst out of the two rolls.
Yep. I suck.
What'd you get?
I got a 5.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that cats are the responsible. You don't know what the question was, but cats are the cause.
I now have a vendetta against all cats. All cats must die.
Hey.
Well, I mean, Cats. The movie came out in December 2019. COVID came out in 2019. So,
so
I'm not saying one thing led to the other. I'm just saying around the same time.
Are you going to try and stay? Are you going to stay awake, or are you going to pray? Or are you going to try and go to sleep?
Just long enough to eat, and then I'm going to try and go back to sleep.
Unfortunately, the remainder of the evening, or the remainder of the sleep time, is spent in fitful sleep with nightmares, much like the same. And congratulations, you are now at level 3 exhaustion. When you wake up in the morning.
Attack
So-
rolls and saving throws.
That means
See? My saving throws shouldn't have been affected then.
well, huh? Oh, you're saying for the Constitution roll before?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess
Oh,
you're right.
Wardling.
I guess technically it was a saving throw. I was making you roll, so sure.
I mean,
Probably wouldn't have changed much.
my very first roll was an 18 and a 3. And then my
Oh.
second roll was a 16 and a 7.
Well, that's an ability check.
You
I don't
just said it now affects saving throws.
I'm trying to see what the difference is.
Huh.
It keeps
Interesting.
leading to Wardling's campaign guide. Huh. Okay. What's the difference between an ability check and a save? No idea. Ability check is to overcome a challenge. So it's a saving throw. Saving throw, the PC is reacting to something that happens in the environment. Ability checks are when they actively do something. I don't know how that applies to whatever, but that's what it says.
Well, I'm not actively trying to do something. I'm reacting to the exhaustion, I would think.
No, well,
I don't know. It's up to Mike.
yeah, it's up to Mike. Whatever. I don't really.
All right, we'll go with what we got. We'll just say that you're at level 3.
Hey,
Um,
I'm going to die.
Now, I forgot to mention the other part of this. Because of this is different from the straight-up exhaustion rules. Your hit point maximum is reduced by 5 for each night that you were unable to sleep. So you don't have
Hooray!
you don't have maximum hit points anyway. But instead of your hit point maximum being whatever it is, it's minus 15 now. So even if somebody heals you, you still can't get to your maximum hit points.
Well, I'm still 10 points below.
Okay. All right.
Not okay, but
So much the same, you guys are all eagerly waiting for the Paladin to come downstairs. And he does. He comes downstairs and you don't need to make a roll. You can see that he is barely standing on his feet. He's leaning on just about everything in order to remain standing. And he almost looks like he's drunk. He's kind of swaggering a little bit. He's kind of, lurching back and forth. And he kind of slumps down on the chair.
Got my swag on.
What's that?
I got my swag on.
And he gives a line from Han Solo. He says, "I feel terrible."
All right. Well, yeah, you're not looking too good. We need to get you over to the Vasanti. See if they can help us figure this out.
Well, we could just throw him in the back of the cart.
Yep, that's what we plan to do. We'll help him back in the cart, let him lie down back there, and we'll head straight to the Vasanti.
Well, I detect magic, but I don't think did I ever identify that thing?
No, I don't think you did identify that thing.
I will, before we go, I will identify that thing.
Okay.
Did you tell us what happened during the night with that thing?
No, I'm probably don't even remember to think of it.
Okay.
You just moved into an echo chamber.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
That's weird. How do I sound now?
A little hollow.
Suave and debonair.
Now batting for the New York Yankees.
I think it's just when you go far back from the microphone, because when you're closer, it sounds normal.
Oh. How's that sound?
Pretty
There
normal.
we go.
All right.
Guitar.
Plus, when you're closer, ladies get more of a view of the beard.
I don't think we have any ladies watching.
I'm watching.
See? There you go.
You don't count. You're in the game.
I can see you.
And she likes the beard, right? You like the beard.
I like the beard.
Thank you.
So Mary, you concentrate, and it appears that this necklace is a foci. It's used basically as a tool in order to cast a spell or cast a certain variety of spells. And this necklace, you believe the witch used in order to cast spells that she used against you guys.
So the witch might be trying to get back at you through the necklace. I think we're better off smashing it.
There is some magical auras that surround the necklace. There's two different types of magic. One is transmutation, and the other one, I think, is evocation. I'm looking that up right now.
In my next RPG that I write, one of the classes of magic is going to be transmogrification.
Yes, I was right. So it is evocation and transmutation are the two different spells. It seems to be bound to this particular foci.
So do any of you, after learning that this is about, agree that smashing might be the proper end for this focus?
I would like to go to Vasanti and kind of see what their thoughts on it are. I hate to smash it, and then that's not the case, and then now we're, kind of screwed.
You don't want to trust the university-educated arcanist, and you'd rather go to these hippie fly-by-night, learn from your grandfather, gypsy.
Can we do this arguing while we're in the cart?
So Julius, you are in the back of the cart, and you're basically slumped over one of the sides of the wagon cart, the side of the cart.
We got him wedged between the two wine barrels, so he's kind of can't move that much.
You're in this perpetual state of kind of waking and then falling asleep and then waking back up again, and so you're really not. You're not even quite sure where you are. You just know that you guys are no longer in Berovia. And you start to move around and try to get to your feet, and then you realize, oh, wait, that's right, we're supposed to go see the Vasanti. And then you kind of settle yourself back into the cart, and then you kind of drift off again. So it's about an hour and a half, if I remember right, from Berovia to the Vasanti Camp. Let me make a roll that is completely unrelated to what's currently happening in the game. You guys It has stopped raining. It is no longer misty, just very gray and overcast. You can tell that it's still obviously daytime, but besides that, it's just a gray orb in the sky. No real light to speak of from the sun. You guys arrive at the Vasanti Camp, and you can see that everything is pretty much as it was the last time you were here. You can see a couple people are gathered around the fire. Besides that, everyone else looks like they're indoors. It's just kind of a cold, wet, rainy day, so it doesn't look like anyone's outside. So the few people that are around the fire immediately begin to approach your wagon. They recognize you almost immediately. And they give a big smile and they say, "Welcome back, my friends. Welcome. Welcome. What brings you back to the Vasanti Camp?"
It's very important that we speak to Madame Eva.
They look very concerned and they say, "Why? What is it? Is something wrong?"
We're having a problem with one of our companions and we're hoping she could help.
Of course, of course.
They don't trust wizards.
And they don't trust wizards. They say, "Of course, let us help your friend. Let's see if Madame Eva is available. I'm pretty sure she's waiting for you in the large tent." So you guys all walk over to the large tent, and the two Vasanti basically are carrying, kind of helping the Paladin walk. As I said, at this point in time, Julius, it's everything you can do just to keep on your feet. You're that tired. You're trying your best. You're trying to be as stoic as you possibly can, but you're wearing, I don't know, I'm going to say about 60 pounds of armor, and this is like day 3 without sleep. So
yeah, about 60 pounds.
Yeah. So
he basically needs help to be able to walk.
Yeah, it's very hard for you to remain on your feet. You're if you stand too long, your knees begin to buckle. So you were brought into the tent, and Madame Eva is actually seated, and she's looks like she's actually having some tea. And she sees you all 3 come in, and she sees all of you come in, and she calmly puts her teacup down, and she says, "You have returned. I have foreseen this. Please lie your friend down here on the floor and make him as comfortable as possible."
I have spoken.
Right idea, wrong movie. So Julius, you I assume you lie down on the floor without much protest. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I'm
pretty much not fighting anybody.
So they take one of the seating cushions and they kind of tuck it underneath your shoulders and your head. And as I said, you're kind of drifting in and out of sleep, if you want to call it that. And she kind of looks very concerned, and she says, "Your friend is not well. Tell me, what has happened?"
Don't everybody talk at once.
He hasn't been able to, he is completely exhausted. He hasn't been able to get to sleep. He's been suffering from nightmares. We are worried. I don't think he is going to last very much longer.
It seems to have started after we fought the hags at the windmill, and we got this item off of one of them.
She looks very concerned. She says, "Item? What type of item did you get?"
The kind that I told him to smash.
And we probably will smash it, but it's good to check first.
Know it all.
She says, "May I see this item? I'd like to take a look at it."
Of course. Who has it?
I assume Julius had it, but Bree Pine had it to identify it, so either Bree Pine or Julius.
Me, so.
I'll have it. I guess if I still have it, I get it back.
Okay. So you retrieve it out of Julius's backpack, and she looks at it, and her eyes go wide a little bit, and she goes, "Oh, yes, this does look like an instrument of the evil night hags. Here, let me take that from you." She places it on the table, and you can see that she starts softly chanting, and she waves her fingers over it. Bree Pine, it looks like she's actually casting a spell, or at least that's what it looks like to you. So she begins casting, and she says, "Oh, I see. Yes. She says, she turns and she says, I have some very serious news for you, my friends. It appears that the night hags are tormenting your friend from the realm of sleep. They come to him and they plague his mind while he tries to dream. They'll continue to do this until he is unable to sleep, and he will pass away likely from exhaustion.
Yeah, that's what I said.
She says, this item is dangerous. It needs to be destroyed. No. She says, you did not kill all of the night hags. At least one of them survived.
Two.
She kind of, you see her kind of look very pensive, and she says, tell me, my armored friend, what type of dreams? Can you explain them to me in great detail? Tell me what you see when you see these dreams.
Am I able to tell her?
Yeah, I mean, you can have a cognizant conversation with her. You're tired. You will do your best to try and remember all the details, but there's not a whole lot. It's not like it's an intricate dream. I mean, some weird ghost-like lady comes out of nowhere and starts to strangle you. So.
I will do my best to describe in as much detail as possible.
Okay. She nods and she says, "It is what I suspected. I can help your friend, but this will only be temporary. What you need to do is you need to find the two night hags and you need to destroy them, because something tells me I worry that since you've killed one of the coven, the other two will stop at nothing to try and destroy your friend. And then when they're done with him, they will most likely start with the rest of you." She says, it will take some time, but I can get some materials ready for you. These will protect your friend, and so he's able to rest peacefully, and he will no longer be tormented by their dreams. He will no longer be tormented by them in his dreams.
Oh, that's good. Now we just need to track them down.
He says, well, these are magical items in nature. Unfortunately, they came to me at a cost. To have any money at all, she says.
How much would you require?
Well, I can give you 3 scrolls. These 3 scrolls will protect your friend for 3 nights. Each scroll is probably, she kind of looks at you and looks at the paladin lying on the floor, and she says, they would probably sell for about 100 gold pieces each. She said, but if you do not have this money, then we can make another arrangement, perhaps.
I pull out my pouch of money.
Okay.
I have the party fund. There's over 300 gold in the party fund. I just take it and drop it on the table.
You see this hand from the floor shoot up, and a pouch lands on the table. You see Madame Ava approach the pouch, and she begins to shake out the contents, and she smiles and she says, "Good fortune smiles on you. It appears your paladin friend has procured enough money to give you the scrolls." She says, "Well, normally I feel reluctant." She says, "I feel reluctant about taking the money, but unfortunately the money is needed in order for the Vasanti Camp to continue."
Of course. There is one thing other than this that I would ask of you after you're done with this. Is there any way that you can use that device to kind of like trace back to where they're coming from? Can you like at least point us in a direction that we need to go? Because Berovia is a very large place, and I'm sure it will take more than 3 days for us to search the whole of it to find them.
She nods.
So any help you can give us at that would be very useful.
She nods very solemnly. She says, the task that is set before you is not going to be an easy one. The night hags are known to be very clever, and they have disguises that they can take on, which allows them to hide just about anywhere. She says, I will have to think upon this and see what I can give you if I have anything to offer you. Unfortunately, all I have right now are these 3 scrolls.
Okay.
Well, let's get Julius. Yeah, let's get Julius up and running, and then we can worry about it.
Perhaps in 3 days' time, if you return, I might be able to help you some more. But as of right now, unfortunately, all I can offer you is these scrolls.
Okay.
But I will. You have been a great. You've been a great help to Berovia, so I will do my best to see what I can do to continue with your quest to see if we can try and find these night hags for you.
Thank you very much.
All right, so Matt, minus 300 gold from the party fund or whatever was in the pouch.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I threw the pouch on the table. Does she take all of it, or does she only take the 300?
She only takes 300 and leaves the pouch on the table.
Okay. Done.
So, yes. So you minus 300 from whatever, and then I assume you take back the pouch at some point.
I would assume somebody will take the pouch.
Yeah, Tezzacotl will take it. So who can actually use these scrolls now that we've paid for them?
They are arcane magic scrolls, so presumably your magic user could use them.
Wouldn't it be ironic if it was me?
Paladin scrolls. So all 3 of these are protection from evil scrolls, but they can be cast as a ritual, which means they can last longer than just the normal 10 minutes. They can be used and cast for 10 minutes, or you can use them in a ritual, and of course they will last much longer than 10 minutes. But in theory, if you cast this shortly before your paladin friend goes to sleep, he'll be able to be protected and be able to sleep without being accosted by the night hags.
So is this like a specialized version of the protection from evil spell?
I thought it could be cast as a ritual. No? Am I making stuff up?
Probably can.
Second edition, Mike.
Yeah, well, that's what immediately I'm thinking. I'm like, uh-oh. Am I thinking second edition again?
You did it again.
Hang on a second. Let me look this up.
Mike's like, all right, we'll have to check to see if your kit has anything.
It is not a ritual spell, and it's concentration up to 10 minutes. So it must be a different kind of spell.
Yeah, probably.
Which then leads to the question, if it's a special kind of protection from evil spell, and we have 3 scrolls, is there a chance that Brepine could copy it down into her book using one of the scrolls?
Okay, so I was right. It's not necessarily a ritual, but for if you cast protection from evil on the target, as per the monster description, it prevents the night hag from being able to visit Matt and torment him. So just the
okay.
physical act of casting the spell on Matt basically will act as a deterrent and prevent her from haunting you, based on the description. Well, let me read this to you, and maybe you guys can make sure that I'm not. She says she has a special ability, nightmare haunting, once per day. While on the ethereal plane, the hag magically touches a sleeping humanoid on the material plane. A protection from evil and good spell cast on the target prevents this contact, as well as a magic circle. So even though the spell says that it only lasts an hour, according to this description, it would last much longer than that. Would everyone agree with that?
Well, I'd say the spell itself only lasts a normal time, but she has to touch the person the second they fall asleep. So as long as the spell is on them when they fall asleep, they should be protected for the whole night.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like we're getting awful technical. But yeah, I mean, that's basically the idea is that provided the spell is on him as he's falling asleep before she touches him, then it would work.
Yeah.
So, all right. So yes, so you're handed 3 magical scrolls. Each one is protection from evil. And I guess, according to the rules, I mean, Brepine, you'd be able to record protection from evil into your spell book if that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah,
You're a wizard, correct?
I am.
So
You're a wizard, Harry.
You are a wizard, Harry. So you could do that.
Okay.
Well, technically, she's a hairy wizard.
No.
She's not a hobbit. All right. So then what do you guys do at this point?
Now, just just one question: Does the divine version of protection from good evil work the same as the arcane version?
That's a good question. Hang on, let me find out.
I didn't see a difference when I looked at the spell.
I'm just wondering because I can cast that spell. So.
No, it just says available for cleric, paladin, warlock, wizard, and oath of devotion. So it listed for all types. So
Okay.
it appears
Okay.
to be, it appears to be the same regardless who's casting.
Okie dokie. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so Madam Ava gives you the scrolls. She takes the money. She says you and your friends are more than welcome to stay here if you wish. You will not come into any physical harm while you are here in the Vasanti Camp. Or if you wish, you can return to Berovia.
Well, we have some stuff. We have some business we have to finish up in Valaki. So we might do that and then return here.
Well, I was going to say, or if they were willing to, they could just watch over Julius and help him sleep before we go, and then, or are we going to go to the west once we go to Valaki? Were we finally going to go to the vineyard?
The vineyard.
Well, we got 3 days until we have to return here, so it's up to you guys what you want to do. I mean, it's going to take a little while for him to get battle ready.
Yeah, I think we should try to resolve the thing going on with Julius at this point, because if we don't, we're just going to be, kind of in a circle.
Yeah, if we run into anything, we're kind of shorting ourselves.
At which point I go, circles and squares.
Well, so let's go return the wine buckets and see what happens in 3 days.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so where are you going to return the wine?
To Valaki.
To Valaki.
All right.
The magical land of Alaki.
So that is another 2.5 hours, roughly. You guys will make it there before dark easily.
Okay.
I just need to make a roll that is completely unrelated to this game.
And you need to make it in the correct way.
Aha. The correct way. So you guys continue down the muddy road that you've been down several times. Besides the very thick, heavy fog on either side, you don't see anyone on the roads. You don't hear anything except for a very lone wolf in the distance howling, which kind of puts you guys on edge. You guys all remember the last time that wolf started howling.
Yeah. I pick up the pace a little bit when we hear that.
But fortune smiles upon you. You travel for several hours and you encounter nothing. Before too long, it is early afternoon and you are approaching the gates of Valaki. And the militiamen, by this point in time, once they recognize who you are, they don't even go through the formality. They just open the door and let you in.
We salute you.
And quickly close the gates after you guys have entered the city, into the village of Valaki.
As we pass by, I go, "Hey, homies."
Okay.
So
we'll get over to...
you guys continue on to the Blue Water Inn in order to return the wine?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you guys are in Valaki, and now you're talking to Dargos.
Dargo.
Like before. Dargos is extremely pleased and excited to see that you guys have returned with wine. He says, "You've done it, my friends. How can I thank you? I am so appreciative. You have. I cannot state how much you guys have saved the town. And I'm not being dramatic. You really have saved the town."
Now, along with the wine, we do have these other supplies that the militia guys were trying to sell. I imagine they probably belong to your men. So you should probably have them.
He kind of nods and looks through everything, and he says, "Yes." He says, "It looks like there's quite a few items here that look like they belong to at least, if not the mercantile shop, some other people in town." So he kind of peers into the wagon, and he can see that Julius is lying on his back, and Julius hasn't been saying or doing much for the last hour. And he kind of says, "So tell me, is your friend okay?"
Not really. He's being pestered by hags. We need to get him to bed as soon as possible.
He says, Of course. He says,
a long story.
I have your rooms available for you. And
thank you very much.
He says, free of charge. You were able to return the wine, and I am very grateful. So the least I can do is offer you some hospitality in exchange.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Like I said, it is late afternoon, almost dinner time. You guys help Julius up to his room, and you kind of just put him on his bed, and he kind of wearily says to you that he's okay and he's going to try and go back to sleep now.
Do not go back to sleep.
No.
Not until we say so. Because otherwise you're going to have problems.
He kind of gives a long...
It probably would be smart if you had dinner first.
Okay. So
then you can go to sleep.
So you guys are all downstairs. Tonight on the menu is roasted pheasant with vegetables and fresh bread.
Ooh, you can dip the bread into the pheasant fat.
There you go.
Yes, they have some sort of gravy. Pheasant gravy, I guess, would be what it would be called.
Pheasant gravy.
So you guys are all enjoying your meal. Dargos is waiting on you hand and foot. He seems very attentive and is happy to fill your glass or fill your plate if you demand it. As I said, he is seems very pleased that you have managed to return his wine shipment to his tavern. Matt, you guys are all seated at the inn. You're now having a pheasant dinner. Dargos is very appreciative of the fact that you guys have returned the wine. And you've been convinced by your teammates here that you need to try and stay awake just a little longer before going back to sleep. Even though you're kind of falling in and out of sleep on the way to Valaki, they said you need to eat first before you go to bed. So,
Yep.
I
No
keep
sleep
trying
for
to,
you.
I keep trying to put my head down on the table.
yes, yes, you do.
And what I'll do is, if he tries to fall asleep, I'll grab a spoon and clang his helmet. Clang, 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 clang. No sleeping yet.
First couple times you do that, he stands up and starts to grab his sword and says, 2 arms, 2 arms.
Yes, you have 2 arms.
Then he kind of sits back down again.
I, of course, don't eat anything.
You don't
You need
eat
to eat,
anything?
you need to eat something.
I won't take my helmet off.
It is the way. Well, are you going to take food and do what he did and just lift up the helmet a little bit so you can eat?
Are you guys going to try and force feed me?
That was the whole purpose of bringing you back downstairs, yeah.
If you need to be alone, that's fine, but you need to promise us that you're not going to fall asleep.
Yeah, we need you awake.
I'll do my best.
Just eat a little bit, and then we can get you over to bed.
Yep. Think of it that way. If you eat, you get to sleep.
Is there like bread or something?
Yes, there's fresh bread, a rye bread, there's a roasted pheasant, and vegetables. And
I just take some bread.
you just take the bread?
Yep.
But there's gravy. What about the gravy?
I just take the bread.
Tezakota looks disappointed that you're not going to try the gravy.
The gravy is actually really, really good.
And this time I didn't forget the gravy.
I was just thinking about that, grabbing a funnel and sticking it in your mouth, just pouring the gravy in with that weird music that plays, that do 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 do.
All right, so besides for a couple locals, there's nobody else here. You guys all finish eating. Julius, you guys allow him to basically sit in private, and he does eat some bread. And then what do you guys do next? Dinner is concluded.
By private, that means away from everyone.
Yes.
So probably in the room.
That's up to the rest of the team. Are you guys going to let him eat bread in his room, or are you going to actually try and set something up so you can watch him eat?
I have no.
Well, I have no reason not to trust him, but
Okay.
I will let him know that I'm going to be back in 5 minutes to check just to make sure.
Okay. Fair enough. So you're in your room. You eat the bread. Reginald, you come back 5 minutes later. He has eaten the bread. He has his helmet on, but he gives you a thumbs up.
Okay.
From a lying down position.
Yes, from a lying down position.
Okay. I'll step out of the room. If you want to get prepared, however you want to get prepared, and just let us know when you're ready, and we'll send in Brepine to cast one of the spells on you.
Yep.
Mike,
Yes.
am I so exhausted that I can't even get my armor off, or
No.
like?
I mean,
Okay.
it's with extreme difficulty, and it's taking you a lot longer than it should. But yeah, you're able to get your armor off.
Okay. I will get my armor off as much as possible before Breepine comes in.
And then you pull the blanket over your head and say, "I'm ready."
More
Read
like
read me a bedtime story.
more like pull the blanket over my head and say.
Yeah, right. All right, Breepine, you're going to cast a spell on him.
Abracadabra, alakazam, sleep.
Okay.
I can't fall asleep.
I'll get you some.
Julius, you quickly fall asleep. You don't remember Breepine leaving the room. That's how quickly you fall asleep. And you gain the benefit of a long rest.
Woo!
Woo-woo.
So you are, I think, once you get a long rest, everything is, I'm looking it over right now. I'm pretty sure that,
It goes back a level.
oh, it does.
Goes back one level?
Yep, 1 level per night of sleep.
Yeah, it sure does. So now you are at level 2 exhaustion.
Awesome.
So you're still tired, but you're not as tired.
Yeah.
And if we're going by Mike's extra extreme rules, that means you get 5 hit points back. Or,
Yes.
well, back to your max.
Yeah, to my max.
To your max. But you do, because you got a long rest, are able to get all of your hit points back minus the cap. So all your hit points minus 10. And you do have all your special abilities. Anything that requires a long rest.
Yay. I can do things again.
You can do things and stuff. So the rest of you, I assume you guys at some point retire for the evening, and you also get a long rest as well, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next morning, you guys are downstairs in the main eating area. You can see Julius comes downstairs. He looks better. He still, kind of sits down with a heavy thud, but he definitely looks better than he did the day before.
How you feeling, buddy?
Tired.
As tired, more tired, less tired?
Less tired. Still tired.
That's good. But we're getting somewhere, so that's something.
In a couple of nights, we'll have you all fixed up.
And you can take one of the quests off your quest list. Return the wine to Valaki.
Yay!
Yay!
We win.
Does that mean we level up?
No.
Did he pay us?
Paid us in friendship.
Yeah, pretty much.
Weren't we getting paid for bringing the wine back?
Oh, well, we didn't talk about that last night, but I'm not exactly. I think Julius was the one that talked to him about that, so I don't really know what they discussed.
250 gold.
That sounds right to me.
I think that's what it was.
So when you guys are eating your breakfast, he'll bring over 250 gold coins, and he'll bring over 250 gold coins, and he'll place them on the table, and he'll say, "Here is the money that I have promised you." He says, "Thank you again. I can tell you that all of the villagers of Valaki will be very happy now that I have another shipment of wine."
And that will almost make up for the money we had to spend on spells.
Yeah. Yes. Now you guys are only 50 down, right?
Yeah. I'm assuming I should add that back to the party fund.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Friendship is
So now-
magic.
So now the real question: do we actually want to do something for our other 2 days, or do we want to just wait it out and let him get better.
I think we should let him get better. We'll spend the next, we can do some minor research around the town about stuff we need to go on next, but
Yeah,
I think we should get him. We should get him better.
Okay. That's no problem.
Mike, how aware am I of what was discussed about the hags?
You caught bits and pieces of the conversation, but for the sake of brevity, I can say that your companions filled you in. Whatever you don't remember or didn't hear correctly, I'm sure they would be more than happy to fill in the blanks. So unless you guys state otherwise, information is shared.
So I will ask, or I guess I'll say, we really can't waste time letting me sleep more before we find the hags and get rid of them.
Yes, I know, but the...
Well, if we wait until I'm fully rested...
Yeah, but Madame Eva said that it would take about 3 days to help us find out at least a direction of where the hags are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we might as well use that time to get you to feel better than to blindly look for them.
And then we'll have you at full strength.
For the day.
Well,
now that we know what to do, I'm able to cast that spell, so... And I think Brewpine's able to cast it too now. So...
Brewpine, did you add it to your spell book?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So yeah, we can both keep the hags at bay for the moment.
Well then, I'm going back to bed.
Good.
All right. So I can hit the fast forward button unless you guys have some stuff that you want to do. Otherwise, I can say time passes.
No, like Ted says, we'll just see what we can find out about the other places in the area that we have to go to. The crazy wizard's tower, the dead paladin's castle,
right.
That town that's all the way over in the corner. I don't know what it's called.
David. You get points, David. You get points for that one. So after 2 days, and like I said, if you guys want to do something in particular in the 2 days, just let me know. Otherwise, 2 days passes. Congratulations, you guys have now spent 10 days in Strahd. You guys have hit the 10-day marker.
Really?
Yay.
It's only been 10 days?
It's only been 10 days.
Oh my god.
wow. It feels like it's been forever.
So you guys keep up the same routine. You wait until the Paladin's about to fall asleep. You cast a spell on him. Wash, rinse, repeat. So Julius, you're able to sleep uninterrupted for 2 more nights. You are no longer exhausted after the second or the third day, as it would be. I assume, Brepine, you're burning through the scrolls, right? You're not going to keep them, or are you going to use your spells? Or
Well, she had to burn one of the spells to copy in her spell book. So
yeah, one of them was used. So I'm trying to figure out if you use the other 2 or you're keeping them.
If you don't need to mem that spell, I'll mem it. It doesn't matter to me.
You can memorize it. And
Okay, I'll keep it up.
Yeah.
It's just nice that you have it as a backup.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll keep the 2 scrolls in case, like, we run out of spell slots.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
That actually sounds like a good plan.
All right.
What happened to the necklace? Is that the Vasanti lady still has it?
Madame Ava returned it to you guys because you guys had it. She didn't say one way or the other if you guys should destroy it or keep it. And it's
We'll find out when we go to talk to her.
And you guys have it back in your backpack, Julius.
Okay.
So it is the morning of the third day in Vallaki, or this trip to Vallaki, I should say. Julius, you feel much, much better. You feel that probably the best you've felt in about the last 6 days. You are fully restored. No more exhaustion. You have full hit points. And you guys are seated once again at the breakfast table. What is the plan?
Well, did we need to go back to talk to Madame Ava?
Well, yeah, because she should, hopefully, if we're lucky, she'll know at least which direction to go into to find the hags.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, so it's back to the Vasanti Camp?
Yeah, back to Vasanti, back to tasty stick meat and all that fun
Back
stuff.
and forth and back and forth.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Just because you guys have been on the road so many times, they're setting up a toll. It's now 5 silver pieces every time you leave Vallaki, and it's 6 silver pieces every time you enter Berovia. So once again, you guys leave the village of Vallaki. It is overcast but not raining. Hasn't rained for a couple days. You guys are traveling down the road. You haven't seen anything on the road, and after a couple hours travel, you find yourself once again back in the camp of the Vasanti.
We're back.
And they're very excited to see you. Welcome back, my friends. And they, Julius, the two men come over and they kind of clap you on the back, and they're like, "It is good to see you. We were concerned about you, my friend. We were worried. We're glad to see that you're standing on your own 2 feet once again."
It's good to be rested enough to be able to do so.
Come, follow us. Madame Ava, I believe, is waiting for your return. So you walk back into the large tent. You can see that Madame Ava has candles lit, and she is standing at the middle of the tent, and she turns and says, "Ah, you have returned." And she looks at you, Julius, and she says, "Ah, my noble warrior, you're once again able-bodied and standing. It looks like my spells were what you needed in order to get a full night's sleep. How do you feel?"
I am fresh of mind and spirit and ready to destroy those hags.
She says, "That is good. Those hags will be up to no good and will continue to plague the land until they are destroyed. Unfortunately, I have very little information I can give you. I will give you what I can and what I know about the hags, and hopefully maybe you might be able to use it to locate them. I know that they, as you are aware, they sold, it appears to be pastries in Berovia. They were cursed pastries that made people become dependent on them. They were using the bones and blood of children in order to make these awful things. It's possible that the hags might have quietly slipped back into Berovia and might be occupying one of the houses, possibly somebody who used to buy pastries from them. That would be one place that I think for sure that I would start looking. The other place besides returning to the mill, you might want to check the mill. It's possible they may have snuck back to the mill and are hiding out there waiting, or perhaps hoping that you wouldn't return. The only other place that I can think of is that there is a large lake to the north of Vallaki. The lake is a very lonely and dangerous lake called Lake Zarovich. All the way around Lake Zarovich is the Zarovich Woods. There is a few lonely cabins and camps that are located around the lake. In times past, they were used as fishing huts and places where people would gather to hunt, but they have been long since abandoned as the woods and the lake has become too dangerous. It is possible that the hags might have taken refuge in one of these dilapidated buildings and are waiting here to plan their next move. I wish I could give you more information, my friends. All I can tell you for sure is that they are they are still in the area, and they are definitely plotting and scheming on what they can do to try and thwart you. So you must make sure that you keep your guard up. Do you have any kind of spells that you can cast in order to prevent the hags from assaulting you while you sleep?
Yeah, we have a couple.
She nods. She says, well, I do have 2 more scrolls I can give you, but unfortunately, they would come at a cost. If you have a way of, and a means and a way of taking care of it, then I would suggest using that.
I think we are okay for the second moment, but thank you for the offer.
She says, unfortunately, I wish I could offer you something else, but besides the advice and the lay of the land, I don't have anything else I can give you. My suggestion would be maybe to start at Berovia and ask around and see if perhaps anyone has seen some of the ladies that were selling the dream pastries. Maybe they've returned to the village. But other than that, I can only give you my best guesses.
Okay. It's a good place to start. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
May fortune smile upon you, my friends. Good luck.
To Berovia, for justice.
All right, so you guys travel another hour or so, an hour and a half, and you are once again back in the village of Berovia.
I think we'll have to discuss this on the way over there, because I'm not exactly sure how we're going to be able to. I know you can only see them as in their true form a couple of times a day, so there's a lot of buildings there that we're going to have to.
Yes, that's true. Matt, what is the range on your ability?
I do believe it's 60 feet. Let me double check. Yes, it is 60 feet. And they cannot be behind total cover.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes it difficult.
Yes.
Yeah, the entire village is probably it's like maybe roughly a quarter mile by a quarter mile. So that's a lot of area to search.
I can do that. I'll just activate it and run through the town at full speed.
You'd have to do a Ferris Bueller. You'd actually have to run through people's houses as well.
Yeah.
Hi, what's going on? Smells good. See you later. Bye.
Well, if they're just looking for a place to hide, we might want to check whatever the hell his name was. The dead guy.
Sure.
Was the sister that we're looking for?
Oh, Thurston Howell the Third.
Sure.
Whatever his name was.
Well,
because their house was abandoned after.
You're talking about Ismark the Lesser.
There you go. That's
well, that's it.
Well, yes, you're right. I mean, unfortunately, as you guys remember, Ismark died, and as his sister Irina was captured by some guy. So that means that in theory their mansion would be abandoned. No one would be there, and no one has been there, as far as you know, since the zombie attack that you guys had fought off when you were there last.
Well, other than the guys that went back afterwards to clean up.
Well, yeah,
bodies.
Of course. Yeah, naturally.
Naturally? So I throw the ball to naturally.
No, you throw the ball to who? Oh, dear. All right, so you guys are in Berovia. So what will you... are you still discussing? Are you still discussing on the way? I don't want to rush you here.
I don't know. It mostly depends on Julius, so it's up to him what we want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julius.
Hey, who put me in charge? Oh wait, I did. Actually, the mansion is probably a good place to start.
It is, and also it just gives us a place to stay if we get there late or work out of. I think we have like still hotel space at the inn, but
I think you only paid for 10 days, so if we've been here for 10 days, then...
oh, that's true. All right, well,
Well, that
Yeah.
also depends on whether or not he's counting the days we're not there.
It's going to depend on if you rented out the rooms or not.
Hmm.
All good questions.
We'll worry about that when we get to it.
yeah,
We'll burn
Just-
that bridge when we get there.
Let's get there, let's put the horse in the stable so nothing happens to him, and let's get to exploring. We got hags to kill.
yes.
Things to do, people to kill, places to go.
So you guys, once you get to Berovia, you're going straight for the Ismark mansion. Is that right?
Sounds
Well,
about right.
after we stop at the stable to drop the horse and wagon off.
Oh, okay.
Well, does the mansion have stables?
Well, yes, it does. That's why I'm asking.
It also has nobody managing them.
That's
And
also true.
it's right on the edge of town, and there's no gate whatsoever, so things can just come in and out as they want.
Oh, look, somebody left horses for us. How nice.
Yeah.
I wanted a snack.
You'll stable us there, but you won't stable the horse.
You see, if it was Matt's game, as soon as the horses were stabled, a half dozen griffins would fly out of nowhere and come in and scoop them up and fly away.
Are you kidding me? I wouldn't even wait until they were stabled.
So you guys stop at the Blood on the Vine. You stable your horses and secure your wagon. Is there anything else you're doing while you're there?
Ask the guy how our credit is running. Is it like, is he counting the days when we're not there, or do we still have a place to stay?
He says, I will allow you to stay here 3 more times for free, but then after that, unfortunately, I would have to charge you.
That's fair.
You can pick whatever days that you happen to be in Berovia. You're more than welcome to stay here, if I have the room, of course.
That
But
is absolutely fair.
there is not a lot of travel, so usually I have the room.
Travel
right.
restrictions. Gotcha.
Right, travel restrictions.
So then off to the mansion.
Okay. So you guys are approaching the mansion. Let me flip over to the Berovia map.
Do-do-do.
Here we go.
Aha. Oh, that's a mansion.
That is the mansion.
Thought you were switching to the
Oh, the Berovia map itself?
the town map.
Nah, I'm just skipping
Well,
right
you
to
made it sound, but that's cool.
Yeah, just skipping right to the mansion.
Yeah, I think
there it
Ismark's
is.
still there.
What's that?
I think
Yeah,
he's
it's still set up the way that you guys. Yeah. Oh yeah, no,
Hey, Ismark.
they're not there anymore. Those are
he came back to haunt the place.
those are some optical illusions.
He's just he's not even dead. He's in a white sheet walking around just going, ooh.
What the hell? Did you pull me off the map, Mike?
I did. Haha.
All right.
You jumped out the window. Now you're on the bottom floor.
That explains a lot.
So as you guys are going down the narrow dirt road towards the mansion, you can see everything pretty much looks the way that you left it, or at least the way that you saw it when you were last here, with the exception that you can see a mangy-looking dog that appears to be tied to a metal stake right next to the front door. As you guys are approaching the two gates, the dog gets up off the ground and begins to pad slowly towards you and kind of gives out a couple low growls.
I am going to pull out some of my rations, and I'm going to use my animal handling on it.
Okie dokie. So you're going to enter the gate and approach the dog and try and give it some food?
Yes.
Make a animal handling roll.
I only got a 12.
Okay. So as soon as you enter the gate, the dog begins barking very loudly. He seems to be acting very hostile towards you. As you take a couple other tentative steps towards him, his barking continues. He starts growling and he's baring his teeth and he's barking a lot.
I toss the rations at him so he can eat them.
Okay. He seems to be undeterred. He doesn't seem to notice them. He continues to bark at you and he's pulling on his tether.
Let me see if I can calm him down.
Yes, cat. Calm the dog.
I'll try. So animal handling, Mike?
Yes, make an animal handling roll.
All right.
Wouldn't it be better if you two worked together?
Well, I got an 18.
Yeah, apparently not. I would just handicap him.
I'm going to follow that up with an insight roll for you, James. Okay, so normally, James, you're doing everything that you know as far as soothing the savage beast, so to speak. It seems like this animal is unreasonably agitated. You don't know why. There's something that is affecting this animal that goes beyond normal animal behavior. Because as soon as you try to approach it, it seems to go absolutely ballistic. It is like pulling on its chain. It's trying very hard to attack you guys. Basically, if you get close enough, it'll definitely try to bite you. You have no question about that. But its behavior, based on your role and based on the insight I just rolled for you, it's not acting how a stray dog would act. It's acting very unusual. Or I'll say, instead of a stray dog, I'll say a strange dog. Everybody else can make a perception roll for me.
Or can we?
You do that.
Everybody else, I'm going to make your perception roll.
Right.
So, just out of curiosity, did you write down all our perception bonuses and whether or not it's proficient and stuff?
I wrote them down a long time ago. Hopefully they haven't changed. But yes, I have them written down on I have a little notepad opened up in front of me, and I rolled the dice and add the number.
I don't think I have.
Didn't Greg make a macro for that?
He did. I just forget to use it often. It's just easier for me to do a private GM roll and then just add the number. So,
okay.
I have to rename the macros. That's what I need to do. Bree Pine, you notice that there is movement on the second floor in front of the window. It looks like somebody either is peering out the window or maybe passed in front of the window and looked out. But there's somebody definitely inside the building on the second floor.
Someone's in there. We are not.
It's Luca.
Here.
It's Luca.
I'm glad somebody got it.
But did she really live on the second floor? So James, are you going to make any other attempts to try and calm this dog down, or what?
I don't even think I have spells. Most of my spells are offensive. I wonder if I... Honestly, besides animal handling, that's all I really have. And with an 18, I felt that I was still not...
Yeah, you feel like there is something modifying this animal's behavior. You think that an 18 would have done it. I mean, you feel like you're doing everything that you would be able to do to keep this, to try and calm this animal down, and it doesn't seem to be working.
And Julius tried to give him food, so that didn't work either. I'm at a loss. Repine? Reginald?
Well,
I'm gonna use my telepathy to say this to everybody one at a time. If there is somebody inside, I think maybe one or two of us should at least go check the back door while we're worrying about the dog. Because I don't want anybody escaping if they're actually in here.
yeah.
Does somebody want to come with me around the back?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
I'll keep the dog busy.
Okay, so as you guys are discussing this, the window or the window on the second floor, you can definitely see somebody standing there in the window, and they just seem to be peering out at you. They seem to be looking at you.
I see this, or just Brepine?
Everybody does. There's now
Okay.
somebody standing in the window on the second floor, and they seem to be peering down at you.
I wave to the person, and I call out, "Is this your dog?"
Okay.
How far away are they?
So you guys are standing at the gate. So about 25 feet away and about 10 feet off the ground. So
Oh, good. It's within range. I'm using my telepathy on them, and I'm going to say, "You are not Ismark the Lesser. This is not your house. What are you doing here?"
okay.
Oh snap!
And I'd imagine they're going to freak out because they hear this inside their head.
You can see the person when you start using your telepathy. You can see them motioning or moving their hands around in front of the window. Go ahead and make a. I'll make a perception roll for you.
Yes, folks, he can be taught.
So Reginald, the arm movements don't look like they look ritualized. They look like something that's being done in a very methodical way. It doesn't look like random arm movements.
You're casting a spell.
Yes.
We got problems.
Brepine, you feel the magical ebb and flow of magic around you suddenly change very quickly. And I need to make a roll. Okay. Okay, who has the lowest hit points? I'm going to guess it's probably either Brepine or Reginald, maybe.
I have 27.
I have 44.
I have 40.
Brepine,
I have a lot more.
are you affected by enchantment and or sleep spells?
Well, I have advantage against pretty much advantage against magic saving throws.
Okay. Magic saving throws. Interesting. There is no save for this spell.
Then I just regular.
Okay. This is what happens. Reginald, you see her moving her arms, or you see this person moving their arms, and then you can see them point. You say, "We have trouble," and then Brepine, you see Brepine basically fall over and hits the ground with a thump. Thump.
Oh, fuck.
And now everybody needs to make a roll for initiative.
Since it's 11, should we do another cliffhanger?
Yeah, thank you. That's a good call. It's probably a very bad idea to start combat at 11. So we'll stop there. We'll say Brepine falls to the ground, and in chapter 13, we'll find out what happens.
All right. Ooh, that's ominous. Chapter 13.
Yeah.
All right.
Shouldn't it be chapter 12.5?
Quiet, you.
Bye, David.
All right, everyone. So I guess thank you for watching. And I know we're kind of calling it early tonight, but definitely we managed to get Julius back and up and running. So that definitely is an accomplishment. We will be back in 2 weeks to continue with chapter 12.5 or chapter 13, depending on what's going on. I promise I won't schedule it for 8:30 a.m. like I did last time. And at the end of this month, we'll also be streaming Alien, the RPG. So definitely keep your eye out for that. So other than that, I'm going to say good night.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Night.
Good night, Gracie.
And